Hello and welcome to another episode of Euro Truck Simulator. Right, Irina has just earned us £5,421. Let's just take a little check over on Irina, see how she's doing. She's got one of each still, 3 on that one, so she hasn't got a new one since we last checked. 28435218. That was not a... Although saying that, this is profit. This isn't how much the job's worth. This is profit. So 2843. Hey, yeah, we're getting plenty of money in the old profit section from Irina. Right, we are currently in Romania, if I remember correctly. So we need to find a new job today. And let's have a look. I don't like it when they've got these little things. Important delivery. We did an important delivery yesterday and we were late, so we won't be doing another one of those anytime soon. That's taking me back to Bulgaria. I'd like to kind of head back towards Europe kind of way, like Western Europe. There is nothing going back Western Europe where there's a small job to Slovakia. Is that Slovakia? No, Ukraine. It's alright, I weren't 100% sure then. It's kind of on the border. That takes me back down into Serbia. We've just come from there. Romania. Hungary. That's not a bad job. Bosnia. Well, we haven't been to Bosnia. It's a bit too far, is that? Whoa, we can't do that one. Right, so there is nothing heading that way. Oh, we do actually have some jobs. Bulgaria, Poland, Austria, a little bit too far. The problem is we've got to get closer to Western Europe to hit this area. So, I don't know, man. The Poland one's not a bad one. Oh, do you know, I could always decide what job we're going to do off recording. But the problem is, it's nice to decide what I'm going to do at the beginning of it. I think we'll do the Hungary one. It's a place in Hungary we've not been. I know it means we'll have been to Hungary 3 times in about a week, but I'm hoping from Hungary we can maybe hit Austria, Italy, maybe come up into Poland a bit more. So yeah, we'll do that one. No, I can't do that one. It's a double green. When does it need to be delivered by? It's Tuesday 8 AM. It's got to be delivered by Tuesday. Yeah, we should be able to do this. We should be able to do this one, hopefully.
Time to hit the road.
Right, let's go and pick this job up. I'm not 100% sure exactly where it is, nor how far away it is, but it's only like a 300-mile job, so it's not the end of the world to get there.
Keep left and then turn left.
No, it's 2 miles. So yeah, it's literally just around the corner. But yeah, how is everyone doing today, guys? I hope everyone is having a... Well, I hope you're having a good Friday, or you've had a good Friday, depending on what time you watch this. Depends on what time your time zone is. I hope you are having a good day. It is the weekend, so... it's the weekend to get drunk, I suppose.
Get ready to turn left.
I would, but I end up not... Do you know something? I've got all this rum on like, my side in the kitchen, but I end up not actually drinking much of it anymore. I used to always make a point of having a drink, especially on a weekend, kind of chill out over the weekend. Nowadays, I don't really do out. It's like I was gonna yawn then. I was talking, it's like, I felt like a yawn coming in and it just like vanished. Yeah, that was really, really weird. Now, it's a bit of a weird one. I'm recording about 20 minutes later today to try and give like an extra 20 minutes of like my hay fever medication. I got up 20 minutes earlier and I'm recording 20 minutes later. So it's like 40 minutes my medications had like chance to kick in. And to be honest, it's like I haven't even bothered taking it today. Although saying that, I woke up this morning. Oh. Okay, that is not the gate I want to be going through. Yeah, the medication has made me delirious. I'm thinking I need to go straight on and I need to turn left.
It's all over now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is not a good one. Right, let's have a look. Freight market, we are over here. We're in here. We're going to do that one. We're going to go back to Hungary.
Here we go.
Oh, do you know something? I genuinely couldn't see that then. I couldn't see it for looking. I went third person just to confirm where it was, and I genuinely didn't know it was... I didn't know it was there. Right, well, there's that trailer. So, it's a tight squeeze in this yard, though. It's maybe not to a professional driver. You're probably thinking, wow, look at all that room. Well, I'm not a professional driver. I am just an idiot with a truck.
Time to get the job done.
I think that should be today's title, an idiot with a truck. But yeah, guys, if you watch any of the trucking series, guys, please think about hitting the like button on the videos. Don't be like the one idiot yesterday who pressed the dislike button but didn't tell me what he didn't like about it.
Right.
Because if you hit the dislike button but you don't say what you didn't like about it, how am I supposed to stop doing maybe what you didn't like? So, yeah. If you're just one of those idiots that presses dislike without saying why you don't like it, yeah, I haven't really got time of day for you. Just go away. But if there's something you don't like on an episode, let me know. Because if it's something I do, it could be something that could be stopped. Potentially. So, yeah, just kind of, you know, and if you do enjoy the videos, hit the like button, guys. Because I have noticed over the last few days, it has been declining in watches and likes on the video. Now, from a statistical point of view, if something's not doing well, people don't end up carrying it on. Are you with me? And the last thing we want to do is put an end to the trucking channel. But if no one's watching it and no one's liking it and no one's enjoying it, you have to, you know, you have to see from my point of view of why am I going to carry on? I could do something else. Do you know what I mean? With my time, because, you know, this is a trucking channel. It is kind of just designated for the trucking channel, but I could put more effort into my other channels.
Get ready.
And just not do this at all. So, like I say, I'm not trying to be like negative Nelly and things like that. I'm just trying to get you see it from the point of view that, yeah, there's a train. Good job I didn't park over there. There might be enough room there, guys, but I'm not 100% sure if there is. And there is the train. That's pretty cool. The trains are always mega loud, aren't they? Yeah, the trains are always mega loud. You know what's going to happen, don't you? This train's going to go past, and then we're going to go over the level crossing, and then that traffic light's going to be back on red. Bet you, by the time we get there, red light.
Turn right.
Oh, look, it's a red light. There's no chance I've got enough time to get through there. I told you that was going to happen. Completely told you that was going to happen. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just at a traffic light, so I'm going to try and take that opportunity to blow my nose. Blow me nose. There we go. Get that there. Let's do that. Lovely. Alright, let's crack on with the next part of this journey. 289 miles. Now, it might not be the biggest job in the world. And like I say, I have talked about longer episodes in the past and longer journeys. And we will get to that point. We've had some quite long episodes lately where we've been kind of like over stream time and things like that. I say stream time, recording time. I try to aim for about 40 minutes. Now, it could be a few minutes under, could be a few minutes over. You know, gives you an idea. We do try and aim for that kind of time. The thing is, if most people know roughly how long a video is, they know how long it is to watch the video. You know, I know some people don't like to watch all the video, and I know some people watch in sections, and I'm not saying you need to watch an entire video all at once if real life gets in the way. Fair enough, you know. One day I might not stream or record because my life gets in the way of something, you know. In a couple of weeks I've got to take me... Really? You literally gave me a ticket the minute that changed. I didn't even have time to react to that. Well, that's £1,000 less. How much are we getting paid for this job? 10,000. So we're now only getting paid 9,000. And oh look, it's back up to 50 instantly. And we've got some houses coming up here, so it might drop back down to 31. It might. Okay, this time it didn't lower the speed. I prepared for it lowering the speed, and then it didn't lower the speed. Oh yeah, that was a waste of time pressing the brake. Why is my wipers going? They were set to automatic. It's not raining. It's not raining. Right, we might get some 60-mile-an-hour roads here. I don't know if we will, but we might. There we go, 62. So if we do 4 mile an hour over the limit, that would be 66 mile per hour. Now that would shoot us along quite nicely. Yeah, this is foot to the floor, guys, by the way. It's just not... It is going up, just very slowly. So let's get that onto 62 on the cruise control. We're just going to try and stick to some speed limits at the moment. Just because, well, we're getting fined a lot at the moment, which is not a good thing. I reckon we've had about 100 grand in fines. Easy £100,000 in fines, I'm telling you. 100,000 in fines. Now I'm hoping when we get to our destination as well, there might be a dealership. Fancy a new truck. But I don't fancy a new truck. I just fancy doing that 1,000 mile thing. So a Volvo, Scania, something. You know what I mean? Something. But I do want to jump back into the Iveco as soon as possible, really. I just like driving the Iveco. Simple as. I just like driving the Iveco. But I need to drive something else to do with this challenge. So we've done Iveco, we've done MAN. We need a DAF dealership, a Volvo dealership, a Scania dealership. Ooh, there's a question. Now there's a question. You guys are the ones who supply me with the information on this 1,000 mile or 1,000 kilometer challenge. Question. I have the Ford truck as a mod installed. Will that be in the game, or will that be part of the challenge, or is it just the default in-game trucks like Scania, Volvo? Oh, we need a Mercedes truck as well. Do you know what I mean? Will that just be a default? Is it just like the in-game default trucks? If it does include the Ford, then fair enough. I do like driving the Ford truck. It's a nice truck. I've driven the Ford quite a bit before in the past, and I really do like driving the Ford truck. And it's got a nice dashboard as well, like what I call like a modern dashboard. 500 brake horsepower engine, so it's not the best engine in it, but that's the one I put the Scania engine in. You put the Scania 750 brake horsepower engine in the Ford, ooh, transforms it. Absolutely transforms it. Right, we are... Wow. Well, let me guess, white car. You're just gonna come over, just pull in front, that's... And then you're gonna press the brake in front of me.
Right.
Oh, very nice. Well, we don't have a choice but to go this way. This is the only way. And 37 mile an hour is relatively slow. Now we've got 50. The problem is the cars are not doing 50 because traffic is too slow and congested at the moment. So,
Get ready to turn right.
some of this traffic can go left, some of it can go right. So, we'll keep an eye. Hopefully a lot of it is going to go to the rear.
Right.
Yes, a lot of that went straight on. I actually think about 50% of that went straight on, so that was handy. We can now get put down a little bit down here. We can use this hill to our advantage. There we go. And now we've yeah, not gonna work. $31. Come on. Just trying to find a nice gear for 31 mile an hour. Fourth gear seems to be the best, but fifth's a little bit low on the revs. Sixth is, you're alright, but if you wanted to accelerate, you'd have to drop 2 gears anyway. So if we just drive in fourth at 31, that does make it a little bit better for us. Now that speed is going to increase. Ooh, a McDonald's trailer. No, to be honest, that makes me want to have a McDonald's breakfast. Right, let's get that up to 50. I think that might drop again in a minute on the speed. I'm trying to keep an eye out on the signs, like, just to try and prejudge the speed limits. No, 43 mile an hour. Sorry guys, taking a drink. I know one thing when I've got AP, because I'm like coughing and sneezing and sinuses are insane. It irritates like the back of my throat, and you know something? The amount I've drunk over the last couple of days is absolutely insane. Like, I've got like a little recycle bin where I can put like the odd can or like my empty water bottles and stuff. I had to empty it yesterday. Now I empty it every morning, and I had to empty it again last night, and I'd filled a little, like, what an American would call a waste paper basket size bin. You know, like a teeny tiny bin. Normally I can get away with like every 3 or 4 days. Completely filled it yesterday with how warm it was in my living room. You've got to think, I've got like a computer on all day. I've got to like record this video. I recorded the farming video. I edited this video. I edited the farming video. You know what I mean? I played a bit of Apex with Mr. Raven. You know what I mean? It soon adds up, you know, and the heat's just constantly on. And even though the 4080 graphics card is like a super cool graphics card, like temperature wise, it's also a cool looking graphics card. You know, it's got a 4090 cooler on a 4080, so the cooler's amazing. But yeah, it still just you know, after 12-14 hours, it's like having a heater on. It is literally like having a heater on all day. It's crazy insane. Absolutely crazy insane. It is like, it's still been sat like next to a cooler. Like, I'd love to put the statistics on now of what my CPU and GPU are on now, temperature wise. And you've got to think, even if it's 30 degrees, it's like having a little mini radiator on all day, every day, in what I'm going to describe at the moment as like a UK mini heat wave. Like, the reason why the UK don't do well with the heat is because we don't get it very often. That is the biggest issue with the UK when it comes to heat. We don't get heat very often. And we went from a couple of weeks ago being, Jesus Christ, I think I need a jumper or a hoodie on, or in the terms of America, a sweatshirt, to, oh my god, my skin is melting off the next day. There was no like, oh, it's going to gradually get warmer. It was just, you need a hoodie and a sleeping bag to keep warm. And then the next day is, your skin is melting off your face. There's no in between. And then in another week or so, it'll probably go and have a really cold patch where we will then be moaning it is cold, because we'll have just got used to the heat that it's gone, no, cold, not cool, just cold. And that's half the problem with the UK suffering with heat. There's just no in between. It's either cold or melt your face off. You know what I mean? And that's it. Now, I know a lot of places are kind of like that, but we don't have things like aircon in the UK. Why? You know what I mean? We don't get enough hot weather for aircon. It is that simple. Shops get it, but not many. But yeah, it's home-wise, aircon's not really a thing. And to be honest with you, with the price of electric in the UK at the moment, I don't think I could afford to put bloody heating on. Well, not while trying to buy a house, put it that way. You know, my kids are like, oh, it's too hot in my room. Like my youngest, for example, he's got this thing. He doesn't like flying things, moths, flies, bees, wasps. If it flies, he's petrified of it. And the worst thing about it is he won't open a bedroom window. But that's where his PC is. So like, you go upstairs in my house and there's no windows open upstairs except for my bedroom, and Grace has her bedroom window open because Grace is not scared of anything.
Get ready to turn left.
But yeah, but Grace always has a door closed, so nothing flies from her room into, you know what I mean? So you go upstairs and like
Turn left.
he's got like the door open, he's had his computer on, and all day, second train, and it's just literally like a sauna. You go upstairs and you just literally want to just peel your skin off. And he's like, oh well, I want a fan. Well, like, what if you open a bloody window? But you know, then you realise, well, you can't open a window. He won't open a window because if a fly comes in his bedroom, he's going to scream like a girl and just have a full-on meltdown. It's crazy because it doesn't help us in the situation of how hot our house is, and it's south-facing as well. So like, we've got like the heat, you know, we've got like these computers on in the house, so they're like little mini radiators on all day, and then no windows open upstairs. Now, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, the old 20 and 30 series graphics cards, they run hot, like mega hot, especially if anyone's done like crypto mining and stuff in the past, you'll know what I'm talking about, the heat. Well, imagine that as soon as my kid comes home from school, the first thing he does, he walks in, he gives his best four-legged buddy a biscuit, and then he goes upstairs and then he turns his computer on. So for him personally, first thing he does is he turns his computer on. That computer is then on until 11 o'clock every night. Now on a weekend, that computer is on from, I think this is sending me this way. I don't know why, but it's sending me this way. But yeah, basically, and then on a morning, on a weekend, it's on from like 9 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. And those older style graphic cards, they run hot. So I could do with buying my youngest like a 40 series card. It sounds daft, you know, like a 4080 because of the cooler. Like I say, I can play Apex. My GPU now never gets over 50 ever on max settings, on 4K as well. My lad's is on, he's got, what's he got, a 2060, plays 1080, and it's always like 70-80 degrees. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean about like that, like having that radiator on all the time, and then you got multiple computers. My daughter's then got her computer, and right, I'm going this way, guys. I'm going this way. I'm following the thing. I'm going to a waypoint. $24 you may proceed. So yeah, if it gives you an idea what I'm talking about, heat wise, it's just melting. And then because the house is south facing as well, and like our living room window is like huge, it's like 3/4 of the wall, and that just like, right now my curtains are still closed. It's as simple as that. The curtains are closed. It is just to try and keep some of the heat out. But then like the wife will come home and it's still kind of letting sun come through and the heat through, and she comes in and she's like, open the window, and I'm like, and then she's like, oh, it's too hot in here. I'm like, you're literally letting the sun come through the window. Turns our living room basically into a greenhouse, and it is the greenhouse effect. And she's like, what, how can you sit in a room with this temperature all day? And I'm like, during the day I have the curtains closed, I have the windows closed downstairs in the living room, because if the heat's not coming in and the rays are not coming in, it's a relatively cool room. But the problem is, as soon as someone comes home from school or college or whatever, it's like curtains open, heat, and oh yeah. But like I say, we're just not prepared for that kind of weather in the UK. We don't do air conditioning. It's that simple. When we eventually buy our house, because like I say, we're still looking, we're still getting our deposit. The bigger deposit we've got, the less our mortgage payment's going to be. So we're not really in a rush. Our rent's mega cheap, so our rent is like £400 a month. So it's mega cheap. To give you an idea, guys, rent for this size house usually is about £600. So it's like £200 a month under like average. You know what I mean? So we're not in a rush to move to get a bigger deposit. You know what I mean? I know you could argue, oh yeah, but if you move 6 months earlier, you know, you'll have saved that money on rent. You're right, but the problem is to move 6 months early to have a small deposit, you're gonna pay more for the next 20 years. So you might as well save. You might as well pay the little bit on the rent, save the extra like you can. Because here's how I look at it: if we buy a house, we got to pay, say, I don't know, just say for example, you pay £200 a month more. So we're already £200 out on pocket every month. So you're thinking over 6 months, that's what, £1,200. You think, but that's extra. Then when you move, you've got to move, so that's a cost. Then you've also got to add in the added cost of then when you move, you've got to decorate. Now the first thing I'm going to do when I move is rip the walls apart. We're going to be installing data cables throughout the entire house. So it's not like we're going to be able to move in straight away and be like, yeah, right, let's get decorated. You know what I mean? The walls have got to come apart. Then I've got to get the plasterers in to come in and do, you know, and do bits like that, you know, and repair the walls after I put the cables in, and you know what I mean? So it's like it's added time, it's added hassle kind of thing. But if that gives you an idea of why we just can't like then move straight in. Okay, that's weird. Wouldn't turn, because I wasn't in gear, wouldn't turn cruise control on. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's like an added thing. So if I can spend 6 months extra savings, I might be able to save £50 a month. Now you're thinking to yourself, yeah, but that's not a lot, £50 a month to save. Yeah, but you're talking £50 a month for the next 20 years. That's a lot of money to save, and then that's also a lot of interest to save. You've got to think of the long term. You're not just saving £50 a month, you're saving £50 a month's worth of interest on your mortgage as well. Are you with me? So it's like an added, yeah, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. I don't know how to really explain it other than how I just did, and I know that might not come across as easy to understand, because I know sometimes when I'm explaining something I'm not the clearest. I know what I mean. As I always say to the wife, well, I know what I mean, that's all that matters. And then she's like, how is it that's all that matters when no one else understands what the bloody hell are you going on about? I don't know what else to say. We don't have much mileage left, and we're still got a bit of time left. We've got 57 miles. We haven't got very good speeds on these roads, but they're not motorways, so fair enough. But 43 mile an hour, it's a bit painful. This should increase our speed a little bit. Nope. Apparently 70 kilometers is 43 mile an hour. Yeah, it would be, yeah. The 30 mile an hour is 50. So yeah. 70, yeah, 70 kilometers is about 43 miles. I'm trying to remember and trying to get in my head of what kilometers speeds are. I know 30 mile an hour is about 50 kilometers. 30 kilometers is about 19 mile an hour ish. It's not an exact science, but it gives you a rough idea. So yeah. 90 kilometers. I think it's 56 mile an hour ish, give or take. But this is the downside to doing the speed limit, guys. This road just, I feel like we could walk faster. It's like what I was talking about in a previous episode. It's like, well, you know, you do some really good speed and then you do a small one and you're like, I feel like I could walk faster. But we are super cruising here, guys. Super low revs, 6th gear, 43 mile an hour, just cruising along. This can't use a lot of fuel. Nope, speeding now. Oh, that's why it actually dropped the speed limit. I thought we were just speeding because we were going down there, and then oh my god, and then it goes back up. It's almost pointless. Alright, dying then. I came from nowhere. Yeah, like I say, hay fever is still affecting me. I do think taking the tablet that little bit earlier has made a difference.
Go straight on.
I do think it has made a bit of a difference. Don't get me wrong, I'm not remotely perfect. In about another hour and a half's time, medicine will be fully kicked in and it'll be like, yep, good for that, you know. But I can't record this video any later. These videos, like last night for example, YouTube had this video by 12 o'clock yesterday. It was fully uploaded by 12 o'clock noon, okay? It's like, oh, we need 3 to 4 hours to process. Okay, so 3 to 4 o'clock. The video was ready at 7:45. I'm sorry, but 3 to 4 hours to process. But you need nearly 8 hours. So just say you need 8 hours. Do you know what I mean? I am thinking of maybe
exit now.
Changing the time of the going live videos from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, because 8 o'clock seems to be more of a better time. YouTube seems to have its things done. If we were partnered, I'm telling you now, right? When this was uploaded, right, I then started. So at 12 o'clock, I started uploaded farming video. Okay.
And then turn right.
So to give you an idea of how the difference is between this non-partnered account and our partnered farming channel. So at 12 o'clock, this was on YouTube. Okay. And at 12 o'clock, as soon as it was done, I start uploading the farming channel. That says 3 hours to upload because they're about the same size files, about 40-minute episodes, about the same size file. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, that's uploaded by 3 o'clock. Here we go, 3 to 4 hours to process, okay? So you think, right, so 3 o'clock, 4, so that's 7 p.m. at the latest. That was done by 5 p.m. So it wasn't even 3 hours. And this is one of the issues I've got at the moment with the non-partnered account over our farming channel, which is partnered. It has to be the only reason why the trucking videos are delayed. You know, they just don't get processed as quick. I think clearly partnered videos get processed quicker. I don't know if that's 100% true. I can only tell you what it is from what I've experienced. Do you know what I mean? So like, to start with, the farming channel's already 3 hours behind before it's even starting to upload. You know what I mean? So by the time the farming channel is uploaded, there should, you know, this video should be done, in theory, but it never is. Now I know I've gone the wrong way. I've gone the wrong way for a reason.
Get ready to turn right.
We're gonna unlock that. We're gonna drive down here. There is
turn right.
a dealership. There is a dealership in this town. and I am going to explore said dealer.
Go straight on.
Okay, I don't understand how. Yeah, all right, yeah. That car was behind me and tried to overtake me on the corner. That's a weird one. And then we crashed into it. So that was a bit more money we've just lost. Why did he try to overtake me on a bend? That's a weird one. Then again, that's what the traffic on this game does.
Turn left.
Wow, talk about just put... Really? I swear, I hate the AI traffic on this game. And the AI traffic hates me. He literally pulled in front of me at the last minute, slammed on. There was more than enough time for us both to go through that red light. Absolutely loads of time to drive through that red light. Let's go.
Get ready to turn right.
Ready to turn right. We're going in here. But yeah, once we drop this trailer,
Turn
I
right.
do need to just go and unlock the dealership. I'm hoping it's like a
Right
DAF.
to your destination.
Might be able to get ourselves a new truck. So it might be a little bit longer episode than I would have planned, because I thought, well, shorter mileage, and yet we're nearly at time limit. And why are we stalling when I've got my foot on the clutch all the way down? Come on. Come on, Ibico. I really like you, but you keep doing that lately. Might need to adjust the something on my pedal, actually. Try and get the bite point a little bit higher up on the pedal so that it's, you know, it doesn't, because it literally has to go all the way to the bottom, like all the way. Now, my car in real life, pedal doesn't need to go all the way to the bottom to change gear. You're supposed to, but it doesn't need it. I don't see the point. Now, that was a perfect park. That was fantastic. 292 miles, and that took just as long as normal. Right, let's drive and go find this dealership. Yes, I'm hoping it is a dealership or a truck we can maybe buy. Like I say, we'll put a worker in the Ibico for now, but then I'll get the Ibico back once we've done this challenge. Let's just nip around here and see what dealership it is. If it's a dealership we want, then we'll buy, you know, we'll buy a truck. Volvo, Scania, DAF. They're the three trucks we've not technically owned on this game yet. On this series anyway. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll need to buy the Ford. It's not a default truck. I suppose there's one thing, we could buy the really expensive DAF. You know, the one with like the nice new dashboard kind of layout, the digital dash. That looks like a... I can't tell. I can't tell from here. It's a Renault. Even though it says Renault on the side. So we don't want a Renault dealership. That is a shame. That is such a pain in the ass. There we go. I'm just going to do that. So yeah, I'm going to go to the rest point then, guys. We'll go to the repair garage. But I'm going to leave this episode here then, guys. It is pretty much... it is pretty much done. It's not a dealership I want to buy a truck at, so there's no point wasting any money, basically. But thank you so much for watching this episode. As I said earlier on in the video, hit that like button, guys, if you enjoy the series. Like I say, it tells me what people are liking. But until the next episode, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.